Well, hello there. What's happening, folks? Well. Look who's back in the building. Smitty and Sam. It's been a while. I know it. Let me wait a
Yeah.
moment. Wait a second to make sure you guys are up in here. Make sure we're streaming. And what we'll basically do, man, is kind of go into a little bit of real quick, real brief, where we've been. Then we'll dive into the one Madden topic. We got to kind of stick to the power hour tonight because my Thursday nights are still crazy, but didn't want to go too much further or too much longer without us doing something. So hold on, let me make sure we live and kicking before we get cracking. Let's see. Looks like we are.
Yeah.
Looks like we are. So yeah, man. Welcome. I know it's probably only a few of you guys right now, but we'll act as if there was a bunch of you because some of you guys will see the replay. We are back in the building. It's been a long time. I'll kick it off really quick, explain to you guys where we've been. Realistically, man, life has happened. A lot of stuff has gone on with me and Smitty outside of, gaming and things like that. Nothing crazy, nothing like health related or anything like that. But just to explain to you guys what happened with me. Last time I talked to some of you guys, you might remember that some of the Steeler people who might come in here will know. But my wife and I were looking to purchase a home. I mean, this has started back in, I want to say like September, because we were supposed to originally close in October. Long story short, we found some undisclosed information about the home that we were buying, and we backed out of that deal. And after looking for a home for like 7-8 months, we decided, you know what, we're just going to do new build. So we got to the point where we decided on that. I had endless meetings with that. A lot of times it happened on Thursday nights. I'm hitting Smitty like, oh, man, got another meeting tonight, so we couldn't do the show. And then, Thanksgiving and then Christmas. And then it got to one point. I hit Smitty one time. I was like, man, I forgot it was Thursday. It just stuff was happening. Smitty's had some stuff as well on his end. I'm telling y'all now, I don't know what he's going to tell y'all. So the stuff me and Smitty has talked about is between me and Smitty. But on my side of things, we're now waiting for a home to be built. It will be done. It's supposed to be second week of April. We're right now living with my mother-in-law and her husband down here in the basement. It's the reason why I have the green screen up, because all of that stuff is, it's y'all don't want to see all this stuff in here, but we're making do, man. And, we're blessed to have family that we can live with in the midst of this. And, we're happy that we got a house coming, and there you have it. But that's where we've been. My Steeler folks, I've been doing that on Tuesdays, but my Thursday nights has been a little rough. And me and Smitty, again, have been gone for a while. But now we're back. And hopefully, I'm not even going to say hopefully, we will continue the show. Of course, guys, things happen. There might be a week here and there where, we can't get to it, but we're pretty much back on that routine schedule. So here we are. And like I said, what we're going to talk about tonight is we're just going to dive in. There's so much that has happened in the last several months, but we'll just hone right in on the Madden stuff and franchise mode. And that'll be our topic for the night. I figure we come back next week. By that time, Undisputed early access will be out. So I'm gonna hold all of my thoughts about that, Smitty, until we actually get our hands on it. We'll have that to talk about. So that's where we've been. So I'll throw it to Smitty real quick, man, before we dive into the EA and Madden debacle.
Yeah. No, I ain't even gonna keep it, I'll keep it just brief. Like, like Sim said, a lot of stuff's been going on, what I'm saying? Family stuff happening and stuff happening on Sim's end. And then you guys usually when it gets around that Thanksgiving, Christmas area, New Year area, especially, like, we usually don't end up doing a show for a little while, what I'm saying? But it's just been a bit exceptional because, like I said, Sims had his stuff going on. I have family stuff that happens occasionally as well, like with kids being sick or other obligations that have to be upheld. So it'll be coincidentally, like I said, it'll be around that Thursday area. Whether it's Sim or myself have something going on, we wouldn't be able to do the show. So It wasn't intentional that we were going to be gone, but it just so happened to play out that way. But yep, so we are back on, and a whole lot of stuff took place and with
Yeah,
sports and
a lot.
the teams and all. So it's like, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to catch everything up. But I will say, Detroit Lions balling.
Hey
I
man,
will also say
they finished strong.
we should have got in that playoffs, man. I'm mad that we lost. If we had a slightly better defense, we possibly could have been hosting a divisional round playoff game. I think we would have had another 3-4. We would have another 3-4 wins if our defense was a little bit better, because we could score with the best of them. But we just needed a little bit tighter defense, which I firmly believe in Brad Holmes. Like, I mean, to pick the dudes you picked, to get the gems you got, from my man Houston to Rodriguez, Joseph and all these guys. I mean, these dudes were not supposed to be balling like that. You wouldn't expect it, I should say. But that scouting level, though, to be able, to get these diamonds in the rough and just they ball like, bruh. So I'm excited about the Lions' future. I love the team, you know what I'm saying? And this is why you sign these guys to the longer term deals.
Yeah.
Off top. So that way, and I'm talking about Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, like they signed him to I think like a 5-6 year deal initially. And I'm like, that was the whole point, because you got to go through the building phases in terms of putting a franchise together. That's just the way it works. You got to go through that. And I mean, look how it's shaping up. Throw another good guy on that D line and bolster your secondary. Man, I'm telling you, and I mean, you see, it's about time it happened, but Sheila Ford finally did the right, like Ford family actually did something right. Ben Johnson, that offensive coordinator, all that wizardry he did. Hey, we lost Cooter. We lost Cooter in the back then. You know what I'm saying? We lost Cooter.
Best name in the business.
You can't lose Johnson. Because what he did, I mean, especially that play against the Packers, Goff gets it, throws it right there to St. Brown. Brown pitches it back. What was it, a hook and reel? I think they call it a hook and reel play, basically.
Old school.
And like, bro, I was like, what the heck? And I'm like, yo, like he nearly, got the first off of it. And then for them to dial up the play, seal it, and take it in Green Bay like that. Come on, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. You gotta lock a guy like that up. Yes, teams went to interview him, but he got paid. She was like, no, we're gonna keep him here. We don't want him to leave. Yep. Let's keep this guy here and see what's up. If Aaron Glenn has another good year or something like that. I mean, I know he was supposed to interview for, I think, Arizona, their head coaching job. They wanted to see him. I don't know if he went on that or not, but hopefully he's still here. But I mean, it's like, look, I like how, I will say this. I like how Campbell and Holmes are moving exceptionally fast. When stuff ain't right, they getting dudes out of there. The offensive, what was my man's name? I can't remember my dude from last year. He wasn't working out. Dan Campbell had to take over the play calls. Then they get Ben Johnson. The cornerbacks, they were getting cooked. The cornerback coaching wasn't working. They had to get rid of Aubrey Pleasant. They got rid of him. You know what I mean? It's just like, if it ain't working, they're not just letting the wheels just fall all the way off and that's it. It's like they are switching it up with a sense of urgency. And I love the fact they're doing that. And they're continuously just build. That's what I want to see. The more you do that, that's how guys are going to churn out and be balling. So I want to see these dudes ball next year. And I want to see these dudes come out the gate with that consistency and play hard like that. You build up like that, man, they are going to be dangerous. And I understand you got to get a QB for the future at some point. Listen, those first 4 picks, I will just say this. Those first 4 picks, in my opinion, needs to be all defense. Because we got the 2 first rounders and the 2 second rounders. The thing is, those 2 second-round picks are going to be later on in the second round, but still, you need both picks. You need all 4 of them picks. I want them to go defense. Honestly, if they do 3 defenders and 1 offensive, I'm cool. But you need to address the side of the ball where you were getting cooked at the most, and that was in that secondary. Address the secondary, boost your line, possibly find some gems like you did last year in the draft in the later rounds at linebacker and such, and possibly D-line or O-line or whatever. Bolster those areas, and you good. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. But
yeah, man. I mean, it's reason to be. They finished strong. It's funny because I could say similar to my Steelers. You know, they started off 2-6 and finished 9-8. You know, very similar to the Lions, man. And it's one of those things, you know, with the Lions, it looks like they're turning it around as far as the culture. And this is again why you stick with coaches. You know, people. I've seen so many people on the outside. Oh, they should fire. No, man. Campbell. No, the man had been there a year. Like, he had a bad season, whatever. Like, give it some time for his stuff to develop. Now, look, started off bad, and then they ran off all of them wins and was this close from the playoffs. The same thing I can say about Pittsburgh, man. You know, the start of a new era. No Ben Roethlisberger. You bring in Mitch Trubisky to hold it down, and bring in a rookie quarterback, and you got guys, the veterans that are aging, and look what they ended up doing. Finished the season strong, and now, you know, you can only be excited to see what they possibly do next season. So, but yeah, that's cool about the Lions, man. You know, they showed a lot of grit, a lot of fight in the second half of that season. And you got to be encouraged, you know, as a Lions fan. Anybody who else other than, you know, Smitty, who's a fan, you got to be encouraged by what you saw there. So I would fully agree. So, all right, guys, like I said, man, this will be the Power Hour. You know, we won't be too long tonight, so we're going to dive right into this topic. I want to talk really quick about what my man here, Three Wings Jumbo, he says, mixed mumbo on the side. Again, I think his name was slightly different before, but clearly he's from the DC area. Some of y'all probably don't even know what he's referring to when he says mumbo. But anyway, he's asking if we've seen the 2K reconstructed. He said earlier in the chat here that it's better than Madden, this and this and that. Let me just say this. I'm going to be very brief with this, and then we're going to go to Madden. Me and Smitty have said this endless times, even before we had our little break. I have nothing bad to say about those who are doing the reconstruction of 2K5, those who have revamped 2K8. You know, I even think now they're doing college football on 2K5. I mean, nothing bad to say about the effort, nothing bad to say about the people who are doing it. I support that. But I have said this 100,000 times. Those games don't do anything for me at this point. I do not compare them to Madden, nor do I compare Madden to it. You shouldn't, right? There are things in those games, depth-wise, that still doesn't exist in Madden in this day and age. And that's just crazy to me. But also, I have said this repeatedly. There's things gameplay-wise in Madden that don't exist in them games. Now, some people will disagree with that, but I'm sorry. Things like player movement, like I can't play the old games. I just can't. And even if I did, it would be 2K. I can't go back to 2K5 because as much as people may not admit it, and I know people always want to say, well, what about Madden? It's not about Madden and 2K. Me and Smitty are people who want the best games, period. We don't care who makes it. But if you're being honest, that game is stale too. And it should be because it's from 2004. You know, it's the same animations. The player movement it's because it's old. And that's why instead of me forcing myself to play an old game, I play games like NBA 2K or Call of Duty or Battlefield. You know, I play modern games on a PS5 when I'm sick of Madden, instead of me trying to force myself to play old football. I can't. I can play them intermediate, every now and then.
In a small drop.
Yeah, little small doses just to get a fix. But that to say I'm gonna sit here and just run a full season over and over and over again. There's one other thing that you don't get. You can't play online. Well, Kent, you may can. Well, no, I can't because I don't have an original. I can't play 2K5 online. I don't have an Xbox, an original Xbox. I don't even are the servers even up. Who knows? I don't even think.
I don't know if they have an online server kind of way manipulated wise to be able to do it. I know some consoles are able to do it, but I'm not sure if you could. But I mean, still, even with that, it's a very, very small number of people.
It's small, man.
That's
and
going to be playing that.
Mumbo, listen again. Let's not get into preference. It's everyone's preference. If you prefer that, that's great, my brother. But I disagree with you saying that the player movement is better than Madden. I disagree with that.
No, it's not.
It's not, in my opinion. If you think so, I'll let you have that. But you see what I'm saying? It's preference. So that's why I don't get into these debates. And it's preference.
I'll say it in absolute form. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's
I don't
not.
think so. Reconstructed it's still 2K5.
Yeah, you can. It has animations in terms of replicating situational football to a degree that you can measure up with Madden on, but it's not. No, they're not one-to-one in the same ballpark. So that I can't go with. I'd be lying to say that.
Yeah.
And we've done that. So that's one. Look, I was at all the people that are doing the modding. All pro football.
Outstanding job, man.
NFL 2K.
Yeah.
People even doing their thing with Madden 25. Even I guess they because NCAA 14, you know what I mean, it stopped. So you can't take NCAA 14 players and put them in, export the draft class or something like that. You can't export them into Madden 15 and 16. It's only in that. So it's there are people that are still playing those two and bringing players out the college football revamped and doing it. Once again, all the props in the world, and those are great work by the community, all that good stuff. But it's not going to touch what's available now in a full capacity. Yes, you can have fun with it in its spurts.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're not going to play it and honestly be like, yo, did you see what just happened? You may get a moment or two, but it's not going to be something with consistency versus what's out there currently. Even if it's not better. We're not saying it's better, but the point of the matter is that it still is. That's like getting a car in 94 and comparing it to one today and saying, well, the 94 version of it doesn't guzzle as much gas. Yeah, but it's still going to be prehistoric compared to the newest model. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot more new things that are going to be modernized on the new one that somebody will still buy it and just say, well, I mean, heck, I'll just pay for the extra for the gas and just do. So that's basically what we're saying, and that's where it's at. Now,
but we can go ahead, finish that.
I'll just say this part. Let 2K and what their game that should be coming out this year be coming out this year. Now until we see something, we don't know. But what was said last year? Oh, the game was going to come out too late, so they didn't do it. They couldn't put it out. The NFL said no, whatever the news is. Okay, so it should be coming out this year. And we said this before, I'll say it again. As long as if the game is like a super mega baseball, I'm cool with it because that's that simulation. You know, even though it may look a little cartoony, but still that simulation is still giving you enough of that simulation feel. But if it's on some NBA playgrounds, WWE battlegrounds, whatever, you could call it a wrap. It's telling you that now. So they got to come with something that's hitting if they're going to do it. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be hitting in some way, some shape or form. So that's my whole thing about that. Let's see what happens though. We'll see. Hopefully they got something that'll actually push EA. But in the meantime, like Sim said, look, you got remake for Dead Space coming out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You got Forspoken that just came out. You got Undisputed Boxing that's getting ready to come out next week, early access on PC, for the PC players. And you got PGA Tour getting ready to come out in about 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and there's other games that are already out. Your NBA 2Ks, your PGA 2Ks, and Battlefield, like you said, Call of Duty even. So it's like, that's what's happening. And I mean, listen, as much as I would love to play a football game instead and play a basketball game instead and really be occupied and immersed in it, we're not getting that right now. So because we don't have that right now, that's just the reality we got to go with. That's just that's just the lay of the land. I'm excited for the boxing because I don't know, Sim, if you got the chance to play the beta at all at any of those chances, but I got to play it. Hey,
I can't wait for that.
Hey,
early access. I'm on it. 31st. I will be there.
Yep.
You better believe that.
I'm excited for it, man. And that's it. Like that's what I've been wanting all along. So we've been waiting for it. And it's coming now. So
and to me, man, no disrespect intended at all, Mumbo, but looking at a couple of your previous comments, this is where I get off of the conversation and I move on. Especially now in 2023. Like I'm not entertaining anybody who misconstrues my point. Y'all can call it what you want, but when I see the comment of still letting Madden EA off the hook, what are you talking about? Like, if you having that thought, then okay, I'm gone. Those who know, I don't need to convince anybody else. But that's where you killed the conversation. Because nobody was, as a matter of fact, me and Smitty about to tear into EA. So it's like, I don't understand why we do that as a community. It's always one against the other. And then you make the comment, 2K makes the best sports game. I think most of us would say that. Like, these are obvious statements. But then, MLB, the show, those people might have something to say about that. So, but I don't understand why it's always this tug of war amongst the community. I don't get it. So like I said, I'm not going to really respond too much more that you say, because as soon as you said that, still letting Madden EA off the hook, you lost me right there. Like, you've completely missed everything that me and Smitty talk about or whatever. You got your opinion, we'll have ours, and that's it. But simply put, like I said, playing 2K5 reconstructed, whatever, it would not overwhelm me today. Will not give me the football fix I want in 2023. Nor does Madden, by the way. That's the thing. Nor does EA. So we'll move on. But I'll kick it off with that. Listen, the title says it all. Madden's franchise mode is simply unacceptable. And by the way, Mumbo, last thing I'm going to say to you, you said because we pay over 60. That's if you still paying for Madden, that's on you, brother. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I keep telling y'all, if y'all don't like it, stop buying. Stop buying Madden if you don't like it. And if you're going to be one of the people who, by the way, I respect this person. Let me tell you the person I respect that says, I know, man, it's just... I got to get my football fix, man. It's the latest game. I respect that. Because if that's what you want to do, okay. These are video games. It's not that serious. So I respect the person that be like, I know they get me every time, man, but you ain't going to get no beef out of me. But I don't want to hear from nobody saying, because we pay. Stop buying it until stop buying the game until it's where you want it to be. Right. Or just give your feedback the same way everybody else does. But don't come off like you so against it, but you buying it all the time. We just got to call a spade at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just, again, I ain't got time for all of the frivolous back and forths. We not doing that no more, man. But anyway, let's talk about EA. What a travesty. That's all I'm gonna say. It's simply unacceptable. I could be really brief in my points. Dog, first of all, explain this to me, EA Sports. Even with knowing, and it's sad because I know people who work there, right? I don't know how many of the same devs and stuff that I used to know are still there, but it's sad because I know some of those dudes really care. Also, I'm gonna be honest and say this. I'm gonna be real. Some of them devs in there, and I'm not talking about the ones I know. I'm just talking about in general. We've all worked in a corporate environment. Some of them are company people. I'm sure there's some people on the team that they just go on with the flow. They earn their check. Can't really be mad at that either, because at the end of the day, it's the higher ups who determine how much allocation and resources and the direction in the game. That's who makes the decision.
Right.
But with all that said, it's unacceptable for your game to lose 60% of franchise saves or whatever the number was.
Yeah.
What? Like, explain that to me. Y'all have had franchise mode for forever and a day. You've been on this current console for how many years now, Smitty? How long? How old is the PS5? This is third year?
Third year. Yeah.
I mean, what's the excuse there? It's unacceptable in that regard. You know where else it's unacceptable? So they teased us a little bit a year ago, and they made it seem like they were introducing new stuff. Oh, we got scouting and da-da-da-da-da. And the scenario engine the first year, and it's bare minimum now, but there's opportunity. We ain't seen no growth in that. The scenario system is literally, it's almost like a script. Every single time you start a franchise, the exact same scenarios kick in. Every time. You know how I know? Well, even in the online league, we lost the league. We had to start it over. And that wasn't even the reason why. We started it over before because of something else. The game freezing during the draft, and it kills the entire league. But every time I have ever started a franchise over, whether it was online or offline, same opening scenarios, same breakout play. I mean, this is unbelievable how scripted it is. I could tell you which week that Alex Highsmith is on the rise. He's a potential breakout. And I'm like, dude, he ain't even do nothing this week. It's sad, man. It's sad that this game is so bare bones. I can't even. It's so scripted and so bare bones in terms of keeping your attention. I mean, let's compare it to the game that I am playing right now offline. And I might actually start doing some videos on it, even though nobody watches them. I might just start maybe streaming them or something. NBA 2K. There's so much going on in my era. I mean, I literally have to decide what I want to do. Do I want to go practice? Oh, what type of practice do I want to do? Do I want to scrimmage? Or, it's so much. I got to pay attention to the body wear and tear, the road. Oh, and let's not even mention some of these rosters and slaughter sets that people are coming out with. Shout outs to my man Sim Gaming Network. I'm playing with I forgot the name of the roster. I think it's ATD or something.
Yeah,
like
the ATD roster. Yep.
Dog. I just started my franchise over because off of his recommendation, picked up at January 6th, using the roster and the slaughters. Oh, and by the way, 2K allows you to share your experience, so they're able to share the starting point of January 6th.
Yeah.
And the way the game is playing, I will never say any game is not perfect, but dog, the way Smitty's Pistons played me the other night, dog. I mean, just playing a great brand of basketball, looking for the open shooter, pulling it three, don't put backs. I mean, it feels like basketball, but there's so much stuff I have to do off the court that I'm engaged in. We don't have that in Madden. Remember, guys, when you used to play franchise mode and it was fun offline?
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, because I want Smitty to roll with this, because me and Smitty haven't actually talked about this in a while. Here's another thing. When I actually play Madden, which it's very little now, I actually have a better experience offline, which is extremely sad, because you know what still happens when you play against a user? And my man Hollywood is probably in here. He could attest to this. When they click on, they seem to still be able to undercut those routes. They can't shift, but the user still seems to get a little boost where they can move so fast and so twitchy. And it's funny because I will always say this, and I joke with our league and I tell those guys, you know what's funny? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've told them this. I said, I learned that I'm not a good Madden player because I try to play football. So I don't know the games I win. I just happen to win, but the games I lose, and it's not because I'm saying that the guys are doing anything cheesy or anything like that, because it's a sim league, but they know all of the game stuff,
right?
If that makes sense. I don't know it because I don't play like that. And again, I'm not saying they're playing wrong, but I don't know all of the
Maddenisms.
I don't know the Maddenisms.
Yeah.
Our guy, NY Kia, can play with the best of them. Y'all know he's a super sim guy. But if he has to go out there in the lobby or go out there in the mud world, he knows how to do that. He's taking time to learn. All right, I know what works here. I don't know that stuff, man. So it's stuff that I see happening in replay, and I'm like, how did he get from here to what? Or how dudes know how to manipulate man coverage along with the way they align the guys on the line, and it's a free rusher, and it ain't because you're not protecting that side, it's because the game. I can't do it, man. I can't. And it's bottom line, it's unacceptable. It has not grown enough. It has no life in 2023, because we are playing Madden 23 in 2023. I have no other words. I have no faith in what this game could be, because we keep saying could be. And let me remind y'all one other thing before Smitty goes. EA college football, which appeared to be teased a little bit by Deion Sanders. I don't know if you guys saw that. But I'll say that in his son series, what shows all Deion's FaceTime, on YouTube, his son, the one me and Smitty actually met, Deion Jr., kicking it with him at an EA party. All of the stuff that they put up is official Deion behind the scenes stuff, yada, yada, yada. But there's a video he put up a little while ago, like a couple days ago. He's at EA. He's being mocapped. His son or somebody is talking to somebody from EA. I don't know who it was, but he was saying, hey, can we tell him, can we record this? And the guy was like, you can say he's at EA, but we're not ready to say what he's doing. Obviously, he was getting mocapped for college football. But that's not the greatest thing. You know why? Same people are going to make the game. They've already said it's going to be on Madden's engine. So it's very sad that I really don't have excitement about college football returning. Because unlike most people, everybody was so campaigning NCAA 14, which I understand is the college feel and all that. But let me tell you, the same problems that were in Madden was in that game. Same gameplay engine. It's sad that we're sitting here in 2023 and we're not even confident or excited about a new football game made by EA Sports. Unacceptable. Oh, yeah. Gee Weezy, I don't know nothing about the meta. I don't know how to use the meta. I don't. So that's my take. That's my take, man. Take it away, Smitty.
Yeah, you know what? Madden's gameplay, the mode depth, well, the lack thereof, I should say, it being the same way. I got to give a shout out to Coach Dawkins. You know what I'm saying? Because I watch his videos and they're entertaining. But it's sad at the same time because, like, right now he's doing a Lions franchise with Madden 08. Wait, is it Madden 08? Yeah, Madden 08. And he has a franchise in Madden 04 with the Texans. But the sad part is, and just looking at Madden 08, is the fact of the matter that he has an off-season stuff that he can look at.
See?
And he's done videos, just off-season activity, going through the awards, who retired, who did what, player movements, free agency, all of that kind of stuff. That's vital. And I mean, but see that all that goes back to the point what we're saying, those games are old and they're outdated. Some people, they could rock with them all day long. Like him. He'll play that over Madden because Madden currently ain't hitting in the full effect. So that's why he plays those games. And watching that and then looking at what Madden doesn't have, scenario engine and live service, and it's all, you know, and it's just like, dude, it's the same freaking thing, man. Title update. Oh, we got new scenarios in it. It's like, man, come on, dude. Like who really, I mean, honestly, who cares about that? Like, just make franchise mode the way it's supposed to be, with the options and the depth and the organic elements that would keep players immersed in it. You had it in your game already.
You know what's funny, real quick, too, Smitty, about scenario engine that maybe some people don't know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you never go into any of them, they have no effect on the game. No effect, folks. If you don't open it, you
That's
just
crazy.
skip each one of them, it has no effect.
See, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's just that, bruh. Yeah, man, we lost 60% of y'all saves. Oh, okay. Lose 60% of people's mutt books of cards. See what happens.
Yeah, buddy.
See what happens. That's all I'm saying. Watch it. All of y'all get Madden 24 for free. You know what I'm saying? Man, please. You kidding me? EA, that man, please. Everybody will be living in the studio until they get everybody. There ain't gonna be no, well, some of the files are corrupt, but see the thing, no. Them cats gonna get every single file, every single team, every single binder, whatever the heck you want to label it as. All of it will be corrected before they even think about doing anything else. Shut down production on Madden 24. This must be fixed now. Guaranteed. Come on, man. You playing. You playing with all that, man. And it's just like there is no real urgency with it. And I don't care about anything being downplayed or put off to the side. Because I remember, I think Zan made a point a long time ago where he spoke to like a former EA dev that worked on like Madden 07 and 06 and all that. And they're like, oh yeah, those modes, franchise mode, they were buggy. The logic wasn't exactly where it needed to be. It's like, listen, it still is leaps and bounds better than what we got today.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point. We didn't see people stream currently. I mean, stream, post videos, the whole nine, going through all that stuff. I'm not concerned about that. You had a system that worked and made sense and functioned. Not the greatest, but still, it was decent. And now you talking about this game. Come on, dude. I ain't giving you that. Nah, it got to be better than this, man. For real.
It's sad, man.
And you can't, yeah. And it just but I mean, just focusing on Madden 23. I'm in the boat with Sim. I'm in the boat with many other people. I stopped playing the game, really. I don't play it that much. My man Hollywood, he be saying it online all the time. Play now, the game. It's sad that the game plays the best in play now, which many of us know that it does. Franchise mode, it gets suspect. And then online, that's I don't know how it is out there, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty buck wild. But that's, I mean, like Sim, you laid out the example about that. So it's just like it gets too buck wild out there. But it's just, that's the whole point. It's not a game. We've spoke about this topic in the past, but it made this point before, and it's like it's not a game that makes you use all the tools in terms of football. And there's no way to really play. Sim, I am so excited. PGA Tour, right? Coming out in a few months. Simulation mode is in there.
Yep.
Let's go. You see what I'm saying?
I saw that, the swing mechanics. Oh, yeah, man.
Let's go. That's it. If I want to play the game and I learn it, right? They said they got over 20 different shot types in the game. I learned the fades and the draws and the lobs and the flops and the chips and the punches and all that, right? And I really want to be challenged. Simulation mode. I'm not going to have the visual aids. I'm not going to have the ability, the grid on the green and let me know, okay, is it going from left to right and what's the speed and all that? No, I got to eyeball all of it.
Yep.
I got to pay attention. Okay, so the hole is over there and I'm here. How much club do I want to go on it? Okay, and your swing got to be on. If that sucker is off, you shanking that thing. So, and it's like, yes. That's what I want to happen. It should. I want to play on the highest level difficulty. Yeah, you got it. Go get it now.
It's like deja vu for you guys who've really been rocking with us. Y'all remember when Smitty talked about this very point in the last Tiger Woods game?
Yep. Tiger Woods 14.
This was before Madden had sim, competitive, and arcade.
Yep.
And Smitty made the point, and we all as a collective made the point, dog, we need a simulation mode in Madden.
Yep.
Here we are all of these years later, regardless of whether it's a mode or a gameplay style. And here PGA Tour comes right back with it. In Madden, we can't really tell the difference.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And
that's what I'm saying.
Man.
And I've made the point. I did the video back then, talked about it in the dang on building. So we did this. I made the point before going down to the no one knew who the heck I was, or we were at that point in time before we went down there. We go down there. I made the point with the video. I was like, yo, now Tiger Woods, y'all got it where, you see what I'm saying? Well, Tiger Woods wasn't out yet, but when it did, I was like, yo, y'all got it in this game where, you know what I mean? You got the simulation mode in there. Why not have a mode that's unforgiving in Madden, though? But at the same time, it's like, it's simulation, like it's tough. Passing mechanics aren't going to be as forgiving. Time in the pocket, not as forgiving. But the animations are loosened up like FIFA or NHL and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like we've made these points. Shown the video clips. Sent all kind of emails and sent, talking to A-Dub and all. We've done all of it, man. We did all that stuff, bro. But see, once again, these guys don't run EA. They're employees at the end of the day. regardless of how high up their position is, they still don't run the table. So it's like they still got to answer to whoever it is that says, hey, this is what you guys got to do. Okay, then. And that's what they got to go with. Whether that means something it gets put in the game or not.
And that's what I'm getting tired of. That right there.
Yeah.
Me and Smitty told y'all this a few years ago. And was like, man, it's sad when you really know what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. That's the problem, man. And that's why, people always say, oh, you guys are giving the devs a pat. No, we're not. We just know who has to make the decision on making this game all it can be. And
right.
it's not happening. And I'm tired of it, man. I'm really, I told y'all I've been this way for what, Smitty, now about 2 years. I'm on a Madden it has to prove it to me. I'm no longer expecting anything from it or getting excited. Now, when the trailers came out, I will say this because I saw somebody in the comments say it earlier. Freeform, he said yay or nay. Yay.
Oh yeah.
I love freeform passing. And I have actually really learned how to use it. Phenomenal feature. We're going to always give credit to even EA whenever they do something in Madden that's worthy. But we're just talking about the overall picture of the game and how we feel.
And the problem is from the point when we talked to Clint back then in the summer, that's not the game that launched. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem.
They keep doing
that. That can't keep on happening because when we talk about those key moments like DB didn't look at the ball, he didn't react to the play and stuff like that, and we see it and we're like, yo, look at that right there. Yo, I like this and I like that and I like this. And it's all these subtleties that were happening. It's like these Easter egg football moments that we always gave props to 2K on in basketball and football. And it's like, we're finally seeing it happen in Madden. All the clips shared between me, Sim, and AZ and Bills and other people just commenting, just, yo, look at this play I had. Oh, yo, this tackle right here. Oh, look at the physics and how it was. And it's like, that's what I'm talking about. EA is finally opening it up some. Mm-hmm. But they're opening it up with some football dynamic IQ behind it. And I'm like, that's a good thing. It ain't going to have it all the way year one. But if you guys keep it this way, it'll make franchise mode bearable for even though what you still got, which is pretty much a bare bone mode, but you're starting to see some personality showcase in the game finally, and I can live with that. Nah, you didn't have it though. You lost it. Whether it was a day one update, title update, build number, whatever. But you can't keep on doing that and think it's going to work. It's not going to. And this is exactly why I want to see in NFL 2K. I mean, not NFL 2K. I want to see 2K come out with something and actually hit and do something really nice that'll push Madden. And if Madden don't do it and 2K does it, there it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally what I'm looking for. So, like, give us football. And if 2K has it all year round, I'm even happier. That's it. Because then if EA don't step two and 2K is doing it, all right, keep playing around. Like, or they say that one meme or whatever they say now that with my man with the graph there. The more you mess around, the more you're going to F around and find out. It's like, yeah, EA keep messing around and 2K deliver the right way and they're able to, they're going to find out. They're going to find out. That scale will shift quick. So it's like, that's what we want to see it done in calendar year 2023. Much respect to All Pro Football. I know Sim about to get into something here. All due respect to All Pro. All due respect to NFL 2K5. All due respect to all the previous gen Madden football games. Heck, NFL Fever 04 with the read and lead passing and all that. Massive respect to all of it. But It needs to be done in today's game. And even with all the shortcomings that are in today's game, EA still has a leg up to a degree. I'm not saying it's completely right. I'm not saying it has it all there, because if they did, I wouldn't be feeling this way right now. So we just gotta wait and see. But I just want to see legit football, man. That's it. Give me legit football. Dudes could do all that cheese stuff, just like Sim said. The all was it ATD rosters. My man Slider said those dudes stay working on them rosters too. They got the scenarios in there where you can download the scenario. Boom.
Video's coming. I'm gonna commit to it. They coming.
You know what I'm
Whether
saying?
y'all watch them or not.
And that's it. And it's like the game is a good game of basketball. And that's the whole point. We're not saying it's gonna be perfect, but it gives us a good replication of simulating basketball. That's it. They got all the animations, they got the play call sets, they got all of it. It has everything you need in it. And they still keep expanding the territory. So that's my point. Madden is like, Dad, we'll move an inch. Then we're going to take a foot. We'll move another 2 inches in another title update. But then in this next title update, we're going to take a foot. We're going to promote something that ain't moving the product nowhere at all whatsoever. But we're going to make you think it is. And it's like, come on, man. I don't care about Madden tournaments. I don't care about MUT. I don't care about any of that stuff, because you don't have the sport of football replicated right. You just don't. And I mean, can I play the game and have decent fun with it? Yes, of course I can. But it's just a displeasing game, bro. And that's the whole point. But I'll throw it to you, Sim, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just would wrap up. And there's a reason why I'm showing this. One, I want people to pay a very close attention. I don't know if y'all can see it, but when this video was posted, this is for people who say, oh, what about 2K football? And all y'all ever talk about is Madden. Listen, again, I don't talk about much. I don't talk about myself. I don't pat myself on the, I don't do that. But one thing I will say, and I've said this for years, there was a point in time where there may have not been anybody on YouTube that posted more 2K football clips than me. That might be a fact. This is from 2011. Also, what I'm pointing out is, do you see the names? You see the customization?
Yep.
We've been doing this, dog, since before 2K reconstruct. And again, it has nothing to do with the folks. We're just saying we already been there. We already been there with the revamping and all of that. We've been there years ago. And guess what? It's still the same game. My point is, I can't. I've spent so much time playing these games. I can't go back to a game built in 2007 or a game built in 2004 because it has a new brand of paint on it. Looks beautiful, but the code has not. It's still 2K5. It's still 2K8. But this is just to show you guys that I'm fully aware of everything that people tried to tell me. Smitty, that, man, but you gotta see. Nah, dog. I'm trust me. I have seen everything 2K8 had to offer. Which is the better football game, by the way, in terms of full on the field? It's better than 2K5, in my opinion. More polished game. There's some things in 2K5 that it did a little better in terms of like zones and stuff like that. But I'm talking about the way the players move, animate.
Oh yeah, if 2K, if APF had what 2K5 had with the zone coverages,
man, would be phenomenal.
I wouldn't mind playing that currently. Not still consistently, but I wouldn't mind playing that in a fairly okay clip because of that part. Because there is a dynamic with the way they move and everything, and how they cover in 2K5. So I would give you that in APF. But yeah,
So that's
yeah.
it, man. And again, Mumbo, we don't have. There's no point. I don't need to show that. Okay, no, let's entertain it. Hold on.
What?
That'll be the last thing I do because I promised my wife that I'd be done by 9:30. So we can wrap up with
okay.
this.
Oh, all right, all right.
Let me find it. Let me find a 2K reconstructed. I don't know how to search for it.
I mean, it's NFL 2K5 with different graphical overlays pretty much on there.
Okay, resurrected. I'm calling it reconstructed. Resurrected. All right, let me find one of the more recent videos. I just want to see some pure gameplay. There we go. I'm going to entertain my guy, Mumbo. Here we go. I'm about to pull it up on the screen. Because it's not about any type of making points. And I'm just saying.
I mean, the thing is, I will say this to you, Mumbo. It doesn't matter what game you go to; they all the same. It all plays the same, man. Like we've seen everything this game has to offer, pretty much, and that's the whole point.
Let's get to some gameplay.
Like, okay,
and
like
people tell me that this game they not stiff. Okay, I want everybody in this chat just to watch this again. Keep in mind, this is not a direct comparison to nothing like that. We're just taking every game for what it is. I love 2K5. All of this presentation, this was ESPN. Remember when it used to be ESPN Sunday Night Football? This is it. They fully replicated ESPN Sunday Night Football from the stat overlay, Susie Kobler, all of that. Boomer, halftime. I mean, they did the most phenomenal job replicating what you see on Sunday night. And it had all of the depth that you could ask for. But again, in Mumbo, this is where we agree to disagree. People trying to tell me how phenomenal player movement and all that was in this game, I'm sorry. I don't see it.
Madden 04 got it beat, bro. It just does. PS2 Xbox Madden has better player movement. Just
look at this. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And again, this is not beating up 2K. I'm just saying we sit here talk about ATD rosters and all. You just even if this was the best football game, arguably it is. Arguably, this is the best NFL football pure representation. I still say, Smitty knows how I feel with this. I had both games. Later in the year, I went back to Madden 05 because I thought it played better back then. But even if we're going to say this is the best pure representation of NFL, top to bottom, graphically, depth, presentation, I give you all of that. It doesn't, there's no wow factor anymore. We've seen all of the tackle, and some people are going to say, well, it's the same. Okay, if that's how you feel, but it doesn't matter if we're not comparing it to that. We're just saying it's the same repetitive experience. This game is not going to give you a whole lot of, what you haven't seen before. If you played it back then, this is the same stuff. That's all I'm saying. Now, if that's your fix, cool. But don't try to beat other people up that are not playing the game. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying you're doing it, Mumbo, but I've seen people out there in the community, all people are stupid for not playing. No, man, this ain't everybody's cup of tea. However many years later, it's like, all right, this was super dope back then. but I just can't do it. I can't play it graphically. I just can't do it with this. I wish y'all could see it. This super powerful PS5 sitting here to my left. This gaming PC that I am streaming to you guys on right now.
Right.
I just can't do it. That's all I want people to understand about me. I can't play these old games no matter how good they were. That's just not me. Super detail. Look at this. My man got gloves on. Super detail.
I appreciate like all that stuff's appreciated. Don't get me wrong. You got to think about it. The artist is going to stand by the work you do. And people put in a lot of work into this. So, of course, they're going to stand by it. They're not going to be like, oh, well, since it's out old and everything, well, I guess we're not going to stick by it. Like, no, they're going to stand by it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just not hitting like that.
It's just not, man. And honestly, again, Mumbo, I hope you're not taking any of this personal because none of this is personal. But your last comment there, you know what it reminds me of when he says, so Madden do? You know what this reminds me of? It's when Trump was in office, right? And I would make a comment about his behavior. I did not make a comment about a Republican or Democrat. I just talked about him. And people would come back to me and say, yeah, but Biden. I said, well, what that got to do with anything? I'm talking about him. Why you got to counter it with, yeah, but Biden done. This is when, they was running for the second time. I'm like, but I didn't. Who said I endorsed him? What are you talking about? You understand what I'm saying, Mumbo? So by you saying so Madden do and you're saying that as if me and Smitty are sitting here trying to get. Who's saying that?
We're not gassing up Madden at all. That's the whole point. We didn't even mention it. If you understand, I should say, what we've said, we literally are up here talking about playing other games. Sim, other games. Me, other games. I'm not playing Madden. I'm playing games outside the genre of football. But they're up-to-date current games. That's the whole point. Dead Space. The original Dead Space came out 2007, 2008. Am I playing that right now? No. They're coming out with a remastered version that comes out tomorrow. That's what I'm getting excited for. If I were to get it and play it, I'm excited for that because they modernized it for now. And that's my point. If 2K does something, let them take this game, if they're able to do this, and actually modernize it. That's my whole point. Now it's a whole nother spectrum we're talking now. We in a whole nother paradigm. Now, if EA don't step too, guess what? I'm running this all year. It went easy. So that's the whole point of what we're getting at.
My brother's missing it, man.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean,
my bad, because I said I wasn't gonna feed into it, and see, I did.
It's cool, dog, but
hands down, better than.
Hey, that's cool. That's what's up. We've already said it's the best overall game. So it's all good, man. We've done that already. It's all good, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
He said take a server. Yeah, that's what I said. Like I said, it's all good. We've done this far too long. Way too long and everything, man. So it's cool. We know what the game is. We know what it's about. We made the points. We made it clear to you. That's it.
That's it. So, like I said, no disrespect, but I'm not feeding into any of that. If people misconstrue what we're saying, I'm not gonna sit here trying to convince you. It is what it is. I'll do one of these, agree to disagree, and move on.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this when 2K officially announces their game, and we can see some actual gameplay of it. Brand new game, not some modded old version from no. Brand new game. Then we'll have that discussion. They come out with a brand new football IP and it's legit, whether it's legit or it's kiddie pool kind of stuff. We still gonna talk about it, but it's just we won't talk about it as much. That's it. So
I will be playing it if it's legit. Oh, you'll see it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If it's legit, but we gonna we'll do the show. It'll basically be Sim stream it, I stream it.
There you go.
And that's it, you know what I mean? And that'll be the show. Like, that's how much we're anticipating the game, or that's how happy we are about it, or something like that. That's it, man. So, you know, that's it.
And that's fine too. Your last statement, if you just a 2K guy, great. And just be that. That's all I'm ever saying to people. Be that. You never have to, like, you shouldn't even care about what people are saying about Madden. And I run into this all the time. And actually, I got to get out of here, guys. But I run into this with music too. People always want to, no, so-and-so is better. Dog, that's who you like. I like so-and-so. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm not going to try to convince you that the dude I like is better than, there's no point, because it's preference. And that's all I have ever asked the sim community to do. All of that clashing that people was doing, it should never have been that back in the day. You should like what you like. This guy likes what he likes. Maybe there's a common ground. That's it. Just like I always bring up my man, Virtual Footballer. He's a retro gamer, and I salute him for that. That's his thing. You think you've ever heard me say, man, why you play them old? I don't never do that. It's his thing. So I'm glad you finally said that. I'm just a 2K guy. Great. Great. We can close the conversation right there. Now we know where all of this is coming from. But all right, guys, I gotta rock, man. Happy to be back with my brother Smitty, of course. Happy to be back with you guys. I'll give you all the topic in advance. Next week, it's gonna be all about Undisputed.
Oh yeah, Undisputed.
We on that.
Question. Yep.
We on that. And we gonna judge Smitty will probably school me a little bit on early access, because he's been more of the PC scene than me. But I was gonna say we'll judge what early access is, but I still know that's not a full game. So
yeah,
you know,
it's just releasable.
Yeah,
pretty much. So,
but all right, fellas, I gotta run, gotta go assist with my little man before he goes to bed. And Smitty, I'll holler at you soon as well, brother.
All right.
Catch y'all later. Y'all have a great one. Have a good night. God bless. And thanks for tuning in to your boys. We shall catch y'all next week.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.